This may or may not be pretty much the last time that Josh and I are in our home in Wilmington, so I wanted to do just a quick walkthrough and kind of talk about some of the stuff that we've done. So this is just the front part of the property, but what I really want to show you guys is all the extra work that we've done to the master bedroom area. Let's be honest, that's why we're all here. We want to see the walk-in shower. So, as you walk in, you have a little bench over here to shave your legs. We have a lovely fake plant here. Nice little JBL surround sound. Ooh, boobs. Okay, but look at this. Come on. Shut up and take my money, am I right? The thing is, does anybody need a shower this big? Does anybody out there need a shower this big? No. Do we need it? No. Do we want it? Hell yeah. So we put it in. Originally in this house, believe it or not, the only thing was a regular standard ass shower right behind me. But we came in here and we said that's too boring. So ripped it out, put in our own walk-in, fully tiled shower. We've got 2 rain heads and we've got an extension arm. It's great. You would think we have parties in here. We don't, it's just us. Obviously the private potty is a big deal. I love the fact that I can come in here, close the door, and do my thing. Also, that's handmade as well. All of the handmade stuff is going with the house when we sell it because there's not really a point in taking it to Tennessee if you think about it. Because everything that we made, everything that we did here was made with the intention of our home and our future being here. So as nice as everything is, as nice as our little shower is and our bathroom and everything and all of our furniture, it's beautiful, but we don't live here anymore. And so what I'm hoping is that we can find a buyer that is going to be able to appreciate all of the work that we've put into it and someone that can actually take advantage of it and enjoy it. Okay, enough about the bedroom. Let's move on to the rest of the house. one of my favorite things about this house is the fact that there's so many options for what you can do with it, right? There's so much extra space, but it's all close together. So we have room for a breakfast area. We have room for a pantry. We also have room for a full-blown dining room / sunroom area. All of the wainscoting to the wall over here, we did ourselves. That was not there. Obviously, the paint wasn't there either. Everything was eggshell white, which nobody likes eggshell white, right? Can we all just agree? Eggshell white is mediocre, and we are not about living mediocre lives. So we painted our walls anything other than mediocre eggshell white.
1 mile in fog patches and showers early Friday, but improving to greater than 6 miles on Friday morning.
Stay down. I've got all the blinds up and the lights on and the windows open, but you can see how bright it is in here. There's really not anywhere that you can go where you feel like you're closed in or where you feel like it's dark. And that's what I wanted to get away from, was the feeling of living inside of a box, because I've lived in apartments before, I've lived in homes before that are claustrophobic. There's plenty of space for all your furniture. It's really a perfect house. Honestly, it's weird. It's weird to leave this house, because I think people that are watching this are probably thinking, oh, you have such a lovely home and you've worked so hard to make it nice. Like, why are you leaving? That's been kind of a hard thing to explain to people. And that's been a hard thing to kind of wrap up in a nice little bow with an explanation for people. This is just what we do. We go to new areas. We make things better. And then when it's the time to move on, we move on. And I think we recognize that by being here in Wilmington, as great as it is, and as wonderful of a time that we had, it was time for us to move on. And we boldly and bravely made the decision to do so. And I am so proud of us. I really am, because what we're doing is very scary and is very unconventional. And I think most people would laugh at us and say, why are you doing this? And what's your plan? And that's fine. You know what I would say to those people? Don't worry about what we're doing. Go back to your 9-to-5 job and continue on as usual. Make your monthly mortgage payments. Speak with your boss that you hate. Go home to your husband that you're fighting with. And don't worry about what we're doing, right? I'm done trying to explain to people why I live my life the way that I do, right? And I think that we should all be done with that. Whether it's your family, whether it's friends, whether it's a relationship, I don't care what it is. If they're bringing negative energy into your life, it's time for them to go. And Wilmington has become a source of negative energy for me. And I am important enough, and I am valuable enough, and I matter enough to myself that I'm ready to leave. Not only am I ready to leave, I'm ready to get out of debt. I'm just ready to move on. So selling this house is the last thing standing between us and having our life in Tennessee. Because it's hard to live there, and it's hard to focus on being off grid and doing what we're doing when we still have a home and a mortgage payment in Wilmington, because we're still obviously attached to the real world. So we've got to cut these ties. We've got to pay everything off. We're so close. We are so close, guys. We have been through so much, and I am so freaking proud of us. So proud of us. We have been through the trenches. We have had $1 million in the bank, and we have had negative $5,000 in the bank, okay? We have been up and we have been down. We do not fail. We do not quit. We do not give up. We are not intimidated. So this is just the beginning. This is the start of the rest of our lives. And I have a lot of ideas for what that might mean, but I can't wrap it up in a nice little bow for you guys here. I can't explain it all for you guys here. Can I wrap it up in a nice little bow called a retirement plan? No. The plan is be retired. The plan is stay out of debt and don't ever sign up for a credit card again. The plan is thank God every day that I met my soulmate and that I get to live with him on our piece of land that we own free and clear. My plan is to thank God every day for the fact that I have vehicles that are completely bought and paid for. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I have animals that are healthy and happy. I have the love of my life who actually loves me too, and we're healthy and happy. I don't know that apart from that, if anything else really matters. Like, who am I to sit here and complain about my family not understanding or friends leaving me or not having a job? Does any of that stuff matter? I'm realizing more and more every day that that stuff doesn't matter. And I'm so thankful for what we're doing and where we're headed. And I gotta tell you, you guys, our life is a whirlwind, but it's just getting started. The best part of our lives, I don't know if you realize this or not, but it's 2:45 on a Thursday. And I'm drinking wine. Not because I'm an alcoholic. Because I can. Because I don't have a job. And because I'm doing exactly what I want to do. And I decided that I've worked hard today and I was going to pour myself a glass of wine. And I did. And guess what? No one's breathing over my shoulder to tell me that it's not okay. If you're looking for freedom, if you're looking for this same peace of mind that we have found, what you need to know is that it's not going to be easy. It's going to be the hardest effing thing you ever undertake in your life. And you're not going to get a gold star, and no one's going to pat you on your back for doing this. If anything, you're going to make a lot of enemies, and you're going to have a lot of people tell you that you're selfish and that you don't know what you're doing, and they're going to call you a trust fund baby, and they're going to call you every name in the book. Trust me, I've been there. If you have thin skin and if you're easily offended, you're not going to make it. You've got to grow in confidence and be proud of who you are and not give a shit about what anybody else says, right? Because if you're going to go through your life and be unapologetically yourself, you can't. You can't care what anyone else thinks. And I'm not saying that that gives you a right to go out and be a dick to people, right? There's no excuse for being an asshole, ever. But be yourself and don't let people walk all over you. Don't let people doubt you. When people do doubt you, remove them from your life. It's seriously that simple. I wish I could say more. I wish I could wrap it up in a nice little bow for you guys and say that everything's going to be okay. But honestly, I'm still in the trenches here. I'm still working through this myself. So maybe call me in a year or two and see where I'm at. I'm sure I'll be doing great. But right now, I'm kicking ass. I'm struggling. I'm working my butt off to get these goals. And I just want to document this so that I know and that you guys can know in the future how hard I've worked for this and how much I deserve this and how much the haters on the internet and the family that has been so shitty to me and the friends that have been so shitty to me can just see that their negativity and their toxicity has not kept me down. Their negative influence, their narcissism, their emotional abuse, their mental abuse, everything they've tried to do to keep me down and to keep my husband down, not going to work. We're going to be successful without the help of anyone else. And honestly, I think that everyone in this country should start doing the same thing, because if you did, if you started taking care of you and your own, the world would be a much better place. I fully believe that. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to my ramblings. I'm super excited to get back to Tennessee and actually get started on what we decided to do, which was homesteading, gardening, building a house, building a life. We've had to do a lot of things that we haven't really wanted to do in the meantime. Sell our home, pay off our debt, pay off all our past due bills, blah, 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 right? Nobody wants to see a video about that. That's what we're working on. We are within 72 hours away from all of this being behind us, and this is going to be a distant memory. But right now, it's not a distant memory. Right now, we're in the trenches. We're dealing with all of it. And I want you guys to know that this is the hardest thing that I've ever had to do in my life. It really is. But I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it for anything. I wouldn't go back to work for anything. There's no amount of money that you could offer me that would convince me to go back to the real world, because the real world, it sucks. It sucks. And if you disagree, then you're just not looking at the real world, because it sucks out there. You go to college, you pay off student debt, you work a mediocre job for the rest of your life, and you suck up to people that you don't even like just to keep your job, to pay a mortgage for a home that you don't even own. The bank owns it. Like, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Step 1, realize that you've been scammed. Step 2, figure out a way to pay off all of your debt. Step 3, remain debt free. Buy land that you aren't charged out the asshole in taxes. Hire out your work. If you're not able and talented enough to build your own home, that's okay. Hire everything out to subcontractors. Do things smart. Don't just go with what's convenient. Go with what's best for you. Go with what's going to make you better in the long run, because I can promise you, if you put the extra effort in to make good, solid effing decisions, then you won't be stuck in the revolving door of working the same job and working for the boss you don't like and blah, 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 blah. Nobody wants to hear about your problems. They just don't. And I can say that because I've been on the other side of that. I've worked a job and I've bitched about my problems. People don't care about that. People don't want to hear it. People want to hear, what is your solution? Cool, that's the problem. What are you going to do to fix it? This is what we've been doing, me and Josh. We are in the business of fixing our problems. We are in the business of finding solutions. There are no problems, only problematic people. And we don't live our lives surrounding ourselves with problematic people. We live our lives based on the theory of focus. Okay? You focus on something until it's done, right? And I'm sure I could put it in a more eloquent way, but that's the gist of it. You focus on one task until you complete it, and you don't stop until you're successful. If you do that, you'll never fail. I promise. You will never, ever, ever fail. If you grind and you work hard, If you work hard and you put your money where your mouth is, you're going to be successful. There's no way not to be. But you have to be determined, you have to be confident, and you have to know that it's going to be hard. It's going to be the hardest thing you've ever done. But you have to have a spirit that won't give up. And if possible, you need to have a partner that believes in you as well. Because there's going to be times when you doubt yourself, and you're going to really need a partner that believes in you so that you can keep going. So hopefully some of this has been helpful for you guys. Maybe it hasn't. But if it reaches one person, I'm good with that. So we will keep you guys posted as we move forward with the home selling process and the home building process in Tennessee. But for now, I'm going to get off of here and work on the laundry because stuff's got to still get done. This house has still got to get run around here. And to be quite honest with you, I still have a little bit of wine to work on. So I'm going to get back to that, and we will check back in. Thanks, guys.
I'm feeling high.
Taco.
I'm feeling high.
First ride in the brand new Taco. You don't even want to know what has gone into getting this thing. It's been a whirlwind. Automatic seats, sunroof. We're gonna get a better lift. Get some nice tires on it.